What's up, everybody? It's Erskine the Prophet here to do another video. It's going to be another UFC video this time. And this video is going to be called Francis Ngannou is the new UFC heavyweight champion, but he won't be fighting Jon Jones. And before I get to the Jon Jones part, I first want to talk about the heavyweight match that went down between Stipe Miocic and Francis Ngannou at UFC 260 on Saturday. As everybody probably knows by now, Francis Ngannou knocked Stipe Miocic out in the second round and became the new heavyweight champion. You know, congratulations to Francis. Honestly, I like both of these heavyweights. Between the two of them, they've pretty much beaten every single heavyweight in the division that means anything. So they were the two best. They are definitely the two best heavyweights. And Ngannou right now is a little better than Stipe. I do want to say something I noticed about Stipe Miocic coming into this fight. I noticed that he only weighed like 232 pounds, which I thought was asinine, pretty dumb. Like, why would you come in there so... Why would I could see doing that against somebody like maybe Daniel Cormier, but why do that against Francis Ngannou? I'm gonna tell y'all, man, anybody who weighs less than 30 pounds against Francis Ngannou is not gonna win. You don't have a way to hurt the dude. You know what I'm saying? And he can hurt you like really, really badly and really quickly. So if Stipe Miocic ever wants to regain the heavyweight title from Francis Ngannou, if it's possible at all, you know, he's gonna have to gain some weight. He's gonna have to come in there at least like 245, between 245 and 250 against Francis. There's no way he's gonna weather them punches at 230 pounds. And he had a nice little pretty hairstyle and got flatlined in 2 fucking rounds. You know, that's the fight game. That's the way it goes. I didn't even bet on that fight. I was scared to put my money out there. I mean, I know Stipe always has a chance, but the fight went like everybody said it was gonna go. You know, Miocic getting knocked out. So going forward for Stipe, the only guy that's around really that would probably give him any kind of fight would be Curtis Blades. That's really the only fight he really could take other than sitting out again, hoping, you know, things go how they went, you know, when he lost to DC, how he just got an immediate title shot against DC again. You know, so, you know, I don't know. I'm thinking he's going to probably have to fight somebody like Curtis Blades. I don't really think Cyril Gane is quite on his level yet. Rosenstruck, same. I don't really think none of these guys are really on Steve. The only I think the UFC made a huge mistake getting rid of Alistair Overeem and what's the other guy's name? I can't think of his name, but the other heavyweight they got rid of. Oh my God, why? I can't remember the guy's name. But anyway, y'all know the 2 heavyweights they just got rid of. Junior Dos Santos. Sorry about that. I don't know. They should have never got rid of those guys because at least they have name value. You can at least keep them around as gatekeepers to test the new talent coming in. And when a new talent beat those guys, it kind of gives them a little bump, you know, in name recognition. So, you know, I really hope they stop getting rid of freaking heavyweights that the heavyweights that we know who they are. I think Stipe is definitely going to have to win another match against another fighter. And like I said, that's Curtis Blades. This is really the only real fighter he can even face. That's how thin the heavyweight division is, to be honest. And then, but, you know, I don't know if Stipe can beat Ngannou now. You know, Stipe is a really intelligent fighter. So you just never know with him. You know, like I said, if he comes back in heavier with a different mindset. By the way, I thought Stipe looked terrible in that fight against Ngannou. He looked terrible in round 1 and looked terrible in round 2. I mean, he did get the 1 punch and then got knocked out right after that. I mean, Stipe definitely gonna have to go back to the drawing board and come up with a game plan to beat. Yeah, this new Ngannou is no joke. Like I said, I don't know. Like Stipe had trouble taking him down, couldn't take him down. I really think that was because he just was too small. You know, maybe if he come in there a little heavier, that won't be the case, but we'll see. we'll see what the future holds. Now, I know a lot of people, were thinking that Jon Jones was going to get the winner of Stipe Miocic and Francis Ngannou. Now, I can't remember which UFC video it was that I did, but I know I talked about in one of my videos that I didn't think Jon Jones was going to come back. There was a chance that he never was going to come back to fight at all. And lo and behold, right after Ngannou wins, now Jones is talking that show me the money talk again. Basically meaning he's not going to fight, for whatever his contract stipulates him to fight for. Now, I notice he brings up Conor McGregor a lot. So I'm going to explain something, because I don't know if Jon Jones is a sociopath or a psychopath. I don't know what kind of path he is, but I'm going to explain something to him real quick. You're never going to get Conor McGregor money because you don't do Conor McGregor numbers, you idiot. Nobody's going to get Conor McGregor numbers Conor McGregor money because nobody does those kind of numbers. He's the only one. The only one that came close was Ronda Rousey. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, you're not even after Ronda Rousey. You after like Nick Diaz and Jorge Masvidal. Then maybe you want, you're like the fifth, highest draw. You're not even on none of their levels. So why you think you're gonna get all this money and then take into account how you looked in your last couple fights? You look like shit. You know what I'm saying? Then your dumb ass gives up your light heavyweight title. So you don't even have nothing to bargain with. So how the hell you think you're gonna get this giant money? And let me explain one other thing to you, Jon Jones. Do you know that Conor McGregor took a fight with Nate Diaz? Everybody remember the two fights that they had. The first fight, do y'all remember that they both weighed 170? Because Conor McGregor and Nate Diaz took the fight on short notice. Conor McGregor didn't have to take that fight, but he did. And he ended up losing the first fight. And it didn't even affect his drawing power. He came back and won a second fight, and not only was his drawing power still huge, but that also made a star out of Nate Diaz. So now Nate Diaz is a star as well with huge drawing power. So if Jon Jones really understood how this fight game works, the business aspect of it, his dumb ass man, they gave him $2 he should fight Francis Ngannou if he thinks he can win a fight. Because after he wins the heavyweight title, now he has the bargaining chip to make sure that his fights going forward are for the money he wants them to be for. I'm going to tell you somebody else. Y'all know this? No, actually, I'm going to hold up on that. So, yeah, if Jon Jones wants to make the money, he needs to stop being a dipshit and get out there and fight. So that and win convincingly, and then he'll get the money. No problem. But no, who's going to pay him when he looked like shit in his last couple fights and then he's not even fighting anymore? He's not going to get the money he wants because no fighter, you don't win that kind. You're never going to win that battle with Dana White. Never. Understand, Dana White has been around for a long time, since like UFC 20, I think. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why the UFC is around today is because of Dana White. And Dana White building the UFC into what it is today. So Dana White has seen many a champion come and go. All of these guys go eventually. And then new guys step up to take their place. That's the way this works. So I'm going to tell y'all, Jones is an effing idiot if he thinks that the UFC is going to pay him Conor McGregor money. Is not going to happen because he's not worth Conor McGregor money. Now, if he goes up there and whips the shit out of Francis Ngannou and takes that title, then he might be worth Conor McGregor money. But right now, he's not. You know what I'm saying? So him, let me go somewhere else. Go, where you gonna go? You gonna go to Bellator? What you think they can afford to pay you? You think it's really gonna be much more than UFC? Man, these fighters I'm gonna tell you that's why these fighters need managers and people to handle these kind of things for them. And they just need to keep their mouth shut. I mean, you can call out a fight if you really want to fight him, but if you're not really planning on a fight and you playing these money games with the UFC, let your manager handle that. Excuse me, or let somebody else, in your entourage who's equipped to handle that. Now, I'm gonna get to something else because if Francis Ngannou doesn't have Jon Jones to fight, then who does he fight going forward? Now, honestly, I'm on board with Dana White, and in my opinion, his next fight should be a rematch with Derek Lewis because he did lose to Derek Lewis in one of the worst heavyweight fights ever. Ever. One of the most terrible fights I've ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? That fight was bad. And there's no way these guys will fight like that again, I hope. I hope and pray there's no way we would ever see a fight that bad again. But, honestly, really, that's the only person I mean, he got Curtis. I mean, I'm about to say Curtis Blades. He has Derek Lewis, or he has the rematch with Stipe Miocic. Those are the only two fights he pretty much has with Jon Jones saying to show me the money. I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't think Jon Jones is ever gonna fight in the UFC again because Dana White is not gonna give him Conor McGregor money. This idiot that already gave up his title, so he's not the light heavyweight champion anymore. And contrary to many people's popular beliefs, including DC's, Jon Jones cannot beat Jan Blachowicz. Jon Jones will get pieced up against Jan Blachowicz. I promise y'all that. I promise. Y'all saw what, Dominic Reyes did to Jon Jones. And Jan Blachowicz knocked him out. And I think with the second, third round. So, and I know styles make fights, but Jon Jones can't take him down. And so what's he gonna do? Stand with somebody like Jan B? Are you serious? Jan B is levels above Jon Jones in the striking. To be honest, everybody is levels above Jon Jones. Dominic Reyes, Thiago Santos, he can't strike on par with none of them, to be honest. So, yeah. So honestly, I don't really see Jon Jones coming back to fight. I mean, I don't think he can beat Stipe Miocic. I don't think he can beat Francis Ngannou. I don't think he can beat Jan Blachowicz. And Dominic Reyes, in my opinion, already beat him. So, Jon Jones had to pretty much give up that belt and retire because he's at a point where he hasn't evolved enough. His skill sets really haven't evolved enough. His striking is terrible. And he don't really use his wrestling that much. So he really don't have anything. I mean, other than, I give him this, he tough as shit. And he got an iron chin. And he's a warrior. Don't get me wrong, Jon Jones is a warrior, but the current landscape of the UFC, it happens. It happened to Anderson Silva. It happened to BJ Penn. It happens to all of these fighters eventually. Eventually you just ain't gonna be able to compete with these dudes. And I think that's where Jon Jones may can compete, but I don't know if he can win against any of these guys right now. But time will tell and we'll see. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all something else. Okay, if Francis Ngannou fights either Derek Lewis, then maybe he might have to rematch Stipe Miocic, provided Stipe Miocic can get another win. But then, honestly, we're probably gonna have to beg DC to come out of retirement and fight this dude. And one thing about DC, and I was saving this, you notice you never heard DC ever have any problems with money. You never heard him have any money disputes with the UFC about his fighting career or his ring announcing career. So I get the feeling that DC is a pretty good businessman and he knows how to get his worth. Instead of being a dickhead on social media, maybe Jon Jones should ask for this man's help and guidance to get him what he wants. But yeah, I got a feeling, man, at some point we're gonna have to ask DC to come out of retirement and fight Francis Ngannou. I don't know if that's a possibility or not, but that's how thin the heavyweight division is, and people may pay good money to see that, especially if Jon Jones keeps declining, and I expect him to keep declining. I honestly don't think we'll ever see Jon Jones fight again in the UFC. That's just my personal opinion. But we'll have to wait and see how things shake out. But yeah, that's my opinion. Francis Ngannou was a goddamn beast. That motherfucker hits hard as shit. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't see anybody in the heavyweight division withstanding his power. So unless you're a hell of a wrestler, which honestly, the only hell of a wrestler is Curtis Blades, but Curtis Blades already got beat twice by Ngannou, knocked out twice. So that ain't happening. So the only wrestler probably, and actually, Blades got knocked out by Derek Lewis too. So, so I don't know, man. DC might be the only person with the kind of wrestling who would be able to give Ngannou a good fight. But we'll wait. We'll see. We'll see what happens in the future. Once again, congratulations to Francis Ngannou for becoming the new UFC heavyweight champion. And yeah, that's about it. I think I'm gonna just go ahead and end it here. Hey y'all, thanks everybody for watching my video. Please like the video. I need y'all to like it. Please comment, unless you're a dickhead. Like I had to mute a guy, man. I had some stalker. This dude kept hitting me up on all my videos with some dumbass negative shit for every video. It's like this dumbass had nothing better to do than troll me. So I muted him, and I told him I was gonna report him if he did it again. And I'm not even a bitch like that. I hate to even come across. I wish I could go to this motherfucker's house and slap the fucking shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you, you know, if these internet gangsters, man, I swear. You know what? I wish I could meet this punk ass face to face though, and then we'll see what he got to say at that point. Then I wouldn't have to be muting him and threatening him to report him and all that dumb shit. But anyway, y'all, except for that jackass, the rest of y'all, please, leave comments for me. And please subscribe. I need new members of my family. I put out a lot of videos. I've been going hard on the videos between UFC videos, and I'm gonna probably start reviewing Mayans MC episodes, for at least the season. It's only like 12 episodes a season. So I'm gonna probably do like a few more videos for Mayans MC. I might throw an anime video or two in there, but I primarily have been doing UFC lately. Excuse me, I haven't even been doing the philosophy videos at all. But anyway, y'all, please, everybody stay safe, stay strong, stay healthy. Peace.